Foundation is simply a group of friends who are all Franklin Warriors who graduated from Franklin High School as well. Sincerely proud of our community and of course all of you as a huge part of that in our 2023 class. However, we came together to develop a scholarship foundation with a simple mission of helping students go to college for free. I'm of the mindset that any child that wants to go to college should be able to go to college, and I would love it if they were able to go for free. So if we're able to be a part of helping you get there, we're so proud to do so. But Warrior for Life is very simple. Again, it's our mission to raise scholarship dollars for you. So we ask that you support whenever you see us doing an event, a golf outing, a party, a conference, if you come out and support. And of course, we ask that all of the graduates, once you're done with college, come back and be a part of Warrior for Life Scholarship Foundation. Because we can't do this forever, so we need to pass the torch on to someone who can. So that's what Warrior for Life is all about. I know in a little bit we're going to talk about who our scholarships are named after and why. That's a huge part of why we do what we do. So without further ado, I'm going to hand back over to Nick, Dr. Solomon.
All right. So it's important for us to really communicate the motivation behind our flagship scholarship, because without these people, we would not be standing here in front of you right now. We were so blessed to have people that invested in us, not just us four here, but our peers as well. And we wanted to pay respect to those individuals that led the way for us. And that's kind of what our motto is lift as we climb, right? We want to bring up the next person, next generation behind us. And that's why we felt it was so important to name scholarships after these important, influential people in our lives, all right? So we have 4 flagship scholarships. I'm going to talk about 3 of them, but I'm also going to talk about one of our new scholarships around athletics. Our 4 flagship scholarships is, the first one is the Carl and Teresa Wade Academic Excellence Scholarship, and we're so blessed to have them in the audience today. All right, Mr. Wade, they're here. Mr. Wade, if you don't know, and Mrs. Wade, they're long educators here in Franklin Township. Mr. Wade, I call him Papa Wade, he was a long-time principal at Sanford G. Smith School, intermediate school, for X amount of years, I can't remember, but it was over 15 years, and he became a central office personnel. And but more than that, he was more than just a principal. He was our mentor. He was someone we looked up to as a football coach, a track coach, someone that allowed us in his home with his kids, and just been a positive influence in our lives still to this day. And right beside him, the wonderful Mama Wade. And then that's how I've always looked at Mrs. Wade that way, as someone that was soft voiced but firm, someone that you counted on. I know personally for me, just growing up as a youngster, seeing her always guiding us, being there for us, so kind. But working with her was such a joy. She helped me become professional, and just thank you for being by his side, being older now. Now I know that, it would be no him without you. So, you should feel privileged, Madison, that you are receiving the Academic Excellence Award after such great, inspirational people. And I hope you realize one day how fortunate you are. Your work as a student, but more than that, as a community member, and all the things you've done. This is not the only scholarship you received this year. You're receiving so many, and we're proud to name you Academic Excellence recipient this year for Warrior for Life. Madison is going to North Carolina A&T University, and we're super proud of you. So come up here. Come up here. We got honorees. We're gonna just take a little picture. Oh, there she goes. I thought you was over. I thought you was the cameraman for a second. All right. honoree or flagship scholarship is named after Malcolm and Barbara Bernard HBCU scholarship. The HBCU scholarship is probably another driving force why we started our Warrior for Life Scholarship Foundation. Malcolm Bernard was a community advocate, right? He was a coach for us in multiple sports. He was fighting behind the scenes for everyone to make sure as students we had things we needed for our community. And but when we became high school students, I realized how wonderful Malcolm was. He provided scholarships for any student who wanted to go to an HBCU school. And as long as you maintain your grades, he found a way to provide a scholarship for you. And it wasn't just 1 year, it was for multiple years. All right, if you were a Franklin High School graduate, or maybe more than that, I know several Franklin High School graduates that benefited from Malcolm Bernard's generosity and efforts. It was just a great pleasure to get to know him and learn so much more after he's left us. But he is such a dear friend to our Warrior for Life family, and I'm telling you, we would not be standing where we are right now without Malcolm Bernard, and we're so privileged. So, Miss Tayana Dormius, come on up. Tayana is going to Howard University. We're so proud of you, and you're living the legacy of so many that came before you, and we're just saying congratulations. All right, Mom, you want to come back up? The next scholarship we're going to talk about, is called Financial Needs Strategy. And we certainly love this scholarship because it's named after Myra A. Mitchell, who's here today. And Miss Myra Mitchell is such a dear, dear friend to all of us. But we talking about a mentor. If you went to Franklin High School in the 80s and the 90s, maybe early 2000s. She was that teacher that everybody went to, right? She was someone that told you the truth, right? When you need to hear the truth, but she was also inspirational. She was such a wonderful, wonderful person to have in our lives, but she advocated for those who did not have a voice. And that's what makes her so special, because she's still doing that today. All right? And come on up here, Miss Mitch. We call her Miss Mitch. All right? So she is one of a kind if you get to know her. But Valeria Lopez-Espinosa, come on up. We need to get to know her.
We'll get to know each other.
All right. Valeria is such a wonderful, wonderful recipient, because when we read the applications for this particular scholarship, we want to hear the story. We want to hear, how we can help. And your story spoke to us, Valeria, so we're so proud of you. All right. So come on up here. We'll take a picture. Yeah, come on. You get up here too with the family. With the family.
Sister too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Come on, Pops. We're all right here together.
Got it. Oh, there you go.
I got that. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
One more, Kayla.
One more. Mommy! Wait a minute, mommy!
Where'd you get on the first minute?
How do white people hate on me so much?
The last scholarship that I'm going to explain before I turn it over to Darren Plummer is a new scholarship. So often, the Warrior for Life Scholarship, we have alumni that reaches out to us and, hey, we would like to give a scholarship in someone's name, or hey, can we do a scholarship for this? And we actually had this scholarship in the works for the last 2 years, and we're so happy we're able to do this scholarship for a female athlete, all right, from Franklin High School, who's going off to college and playing a sport, being a student athlete. And Angela Lee and family is the family that's donating for this scholarship. And if you ever met Angela Lee, she's a Hall of Fame Franklin High School athlete, track star who went on to the University of Virginia. And she's now a professor at University Penn Business School, which is escaping my name right now. But she's a phenomenal person, phenomenal family. And we're just so happy to partner with her to honor Miss Jordan Cole, who is going off to Delaware State University to play soccer, but most importantly to be a wonderful student athlete. Let me emphasize that Jordan did not know she was going to get this scholarship until we told her. She applied for all the other scholarships, and she was just as worthy of receiving any scholarship. But because she's such a phenomenal person, we know that you're going to do great things at Delaware State. We are super proud of you. I'm like about to shed a tear to see you grow up to be the young lady you are. I'm so proud of you. All right. So Jordan's family, come on up. All right. Awesome. Proud of you. Return to Mr. Darren Plummer, who's going to go with the Legacy Scholarships.
Yes. So I'm going to work backwards with our Legacy Scholarships, but I'm going to do something first because some of our pillars for Warrior for Life are excellence, community, education, and legacy, right? Celebrating the excellence of our community through education and legacy, right? That's what we stand on. And each of you in here have legacies in your own family, but the folks that have been honorees of our Legacy Scholarship have deep legacies right here in Franklin. So help me out for a second, bear with me. On 3, I want everybody to yell out where they live. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Frank.
All right. We have some folks from out of town. Next, I want you to yell out this is for our recipients. Where are you going to school? All right, 1, 2, 3. All right. So each of you have a legacy here, right? What you've done throughout your whole career here in Franklin. right? Think about your first teachers and your last group of teachers and everything that you've done in between. And now you have a beginning at the institutions that you're going to. So I want you to remember that legacy that you're carrying from here to where you're going, and then to what Dr. Solomon alluded to, you have a responsibility to also bring that back to help someone when you're in a position to. All right, so I'm just going to name our legacy scholarships that we've had so far, and then bring up our legacy scholarship for this year. All right, so we've had Dr. Donna Silva Burnett, Reverend Buster Suries, Bill Westfield, Dennis Harris, Sydney Ivy, and each of those individuals have laid such a tremendous legacy groundwork, has tremendous impact on so many people in Franklin. All right, our legacy award for this year was somebody who could tell through his spirit, was invested in students and people, right here in Franklin, and had done it for so many years, and had such a wonderful legacy right here in our recreation department. So our legacy award honoree, Mr. Bruce Medley, and our legacy award winner, Tabitha Algeria. Come on up.
Yes, please.
Wonderful, thank you. Congratulations.
All the legacies.
Everybody's here?
Yep.
All right, next we are going to do our book scholarships. And these have been part of what we do every year in conjunction with many other things. We had some memorial scholarships throughout the year. We have our Administrators Union who does a book scholarship. You already mentioned the Female Athlete Scholarship, and we also have one from a colleague of ours who we work with now, but also went to school with, Mr. Miller and his family. So I'm going to bring up.
Sorry.
So I'm going to bring up our book scholarship awardees this year. Megan House.
She's the one who's not here.
Okay. And Isabella Chi.
She's done. She's got to get to Lowry.
I'm sorry. All right, and also announcing the legacies. Scott Lowry, come on up. Kelson Lowry, Cameron Snowden, Ashish Lau, and Chloe Leon. Come on up.
we're gonna do a little housekeeping thing to let you all know how these checks are gonna get to the schools, and then we'll finish doing the pictures. Okay?
As long as that D is not.
Oh.
Y'all want to see me take off?
Race a few y'all and track me. I'll be out with the bees. Out with the bees.
Hi everybody. My name is Adrienne Plummer. Most of you see these wonderful Franklin Board of Education employees. Dr. Valley doesn't pay me. I always love to tell people that. So I'm the one that gets to say and do what I want most of the time. But essentially what my role today will be, and what you will be communicating with me between now, usually by October, that we usually wrap this up, is you will see an electronic email that I will send to the address that you applied with. So you will get that before school's out, before they cut that email off for some of you who are still using your Franklin BOE email addresses. It'll be a form, and it's essentially an application. It's a claim form that we would take from you. It's a claim form that you will provide us evidence of your enrollment in your institution you're headed to, and we need to see a copy of your official term bill. Not your FAFSA. It's been years, y'all, so I get a whole lot of different stuff. We don't need your FAFSA application with all of your parents' personal information on it and your tax information. We need to see the official term bill that comes from your institution. If you're an athlete, right, and you still get a term bill, and the athletic department will usually apply the scholarship to the bottom of that. Depending upon when you start school, in some cases your institutions will release these sometime between June, so you could be getting them in a couple of weeks if you're an August start at your institution. And in some cases, if you're a September start, we call the Canadian start calendar, you will see your term bill usually due around August. So everybody should have the term bill for the school that they're enrolled in, usually by the end of July, in most cases. When you get home this week, you will see an email from me asking you to complete the term bill, upload the documentation that we need, and then we pay the funds directly to your school. If you are in a situation where you have done so well, because we pick students very well, we do a pretty good job of it. Some of you may not have any liability for school. We will still pay that money to your institution, and your institution will owe that to your student in the way of a refund. So for those of us who have those traumatic moments of standing online at the refund counter in college or in grad school to get that money back. So that is a means, and that's money that you can have applied to your meal account. You can use it for books. We don't have any control over how you use the money, but we do have to control where the money goes. If anybody has any specific questions for me that's related to your specific case, I absolutely can have any side discussion that I need or take any calls that we need to chat. I know some people have some different financial situations. Some of you may know where you want to go and may make a last minute decision. We can accommodate those things too. The only barrier that we do have is we do have to pay that money out to you this calendar year. All right, so if you have any issues with like a January start, sometimes that's an issue for some students, please talk to me and let us know how we can help you. Couple of last minute housekeeping. What I always like to do in moments like this is talk to the conditions of the money that we're giving you, right? I know it's not a whopping amount. I'm the one in this organization that gets to see how expensive college is getting, even at my alma mater, and see how expensive this is for a lot of families. I know the barriers are way different for some than others. But there's a qualitative aspect to what we ask every student that receives money from our organization to do. One of the first things that we ask you to do as you go off into your lives, go off into your chartered paths, is to do the same thing that we did when we started the organization. Do your best to honor people while they're here. We're happy to make sure that Mr. and Mrs. Wade, Mrs. Mitch, that they're all here to watch you be the fruits of the labor that they put into us. So you will one day be in a situation where you're going to have an opportunity or some time to give back. Think about honoring somebody that's here, not someone whose name's on a gravestone. We want to make sure that you get those flowers while you're here. We wanted them to make sure they got their flowers while they were here. Another element is when you touch down on this campus, sorry, I'm flattening away mosquitoes and stuff. Build the community you want to see. My specialty, the work that I do every day, is I work for nonprofit organizations. I help them manage their grant applications, their infrastructure, their systems, their communities. I actually am a director. I'm a C-level employee for a membership organization that has 10,000 members.
7,000 of those members are student chapters. So if you are going to school for social work, if you are going to school to be in science in any of the STEM organizations, make sure that you find a group or a community on your campus that will help you navigate through your time at school and help you as you get ready to the next step. And if that organization isn't there, you just found your first job. Create that chapter on your campus. That is a way that you are able to do what I'm going to talk to you next, which is service. We all get together and do everything that we do because I know I'm going to not shock anyone here, but service is the rent you pay for life on this planet. And we all are here today by none of us gets a paycheck from the Scholarship Foundation. Everything that we do is just a labor of love for the community that raised us. So make sure that whatever you are looking to do on your campus, that you're doing it out of the spirit of service and doing it out of the spirit of helping the next person that looks like you, that has the same talent as you, or maybe just needs a friend. You guys come from a community, and this is the next thing I always like to say is, why not you? Right? Anyone who's a student of Dr. Solomon's knows his motto of what's your why, right? The next level of that is, why not you? The one thing I've always said in the time that I spent in Franklin is, this is a special place. You guys are entering areas of the world, no matter where you're going to school, where you guys are armed with a diversity element. If you just look around the room really quick, just do a quick scan, you've got people from walks of life, different races, size, shapes, colors, first languages, second, and sometimes third languages. All right? You're gonna be a resource to your campus and to some of the people in your dorm rooms and in your classrooms, just because of where you come from. Just because you know how to talk to that person next to you. There may be 4 other people that have never seen a person that talks like you. Do not be shocked when you enter these large institutions and find out, wow, Franklin really prepared me to be that diversity leader in my campus. And the last thing I'm gonna say to you guys is, be a forever student. I know the parents are like, no, don't be a forever student. Please don't be in college forever. Do not do that. That's not, clearly that's not what I mean. I say be a forever student because anything that you wish to be considered a master of, the first thing you sign up for is to be prepared for it to evolve, grow, and change. And if you want to stay at the leadership of that charter, whatever you're choosing to do, you got to know what you're talking about. If you're a basketball player, your coach will tell you, be a student of the game. The game is played way differently than what it was when I was watching it. So be that forever student, be committed to what you guys are looking to do, and make sure that you take somebody with you. Okay? That's my message. Get back at warriorforlife.org with any questions that you guys may have. I can answer for you.
I totally dropped the ball about the HBCU scholarship. I forgot to mention the Singletary family, the generous donation for HBCU scholarships. So Mr. Charles Singletary is here, alumni of Franklin High School, and his family, it's not just him, but it's his family support for HBCUs. So my apologies, Charles. All right, so what we have to do just to kind of close out, we want to finish taking the pictures with the checks, okay? And then we want to get all the recipients together, all right? So Caleb, we're going to come back this way. I think we'll finish off. We have one more $2,000 check to go, and that's you, Jordan. He says monitor down here now. So once you come down, we'll take some pictures, and then we'll get everybody to their individual.
All right, Franklin, that's going to wrap up our
then we're done,
live
right?
coverage
So
of the awarding of
bear with us a little
the
bit.
Warrior for Life
Okay.
Scholarship Foundation scholarships.
And whomever, it could be
Bill
anybody.
Bowman from the Franklin Reporter and Advocate.